of you have asked why, when I wear a hat, I have duct tape on it. That's a valid and fair question. And it has a simple answer. In this age of, you know, what with video sites, well, you can never be too careful with copyrighted stuff. So, yeah, it's been a pretty interesting Friday. Hey, by the way, happy Valentine's Day to all of our viewers, especially our female viewers. All freaking 5 of you. Hey, you know what else is interesting? This freaking video game. Check this thing out. So this is a Famicom game called Breeder. And ooh, look at the interesting cover art on it. Interesting name too, Breeder. And we actually have a review of this interesting Famicom game over on our interesting website called ClassicGameRoom.com. Actually, TJ has a review of this, my long-haired cohort in video game critique. He's got a review of Breeder on the Famicom right now over at ClassicGameRoom.com. You're going to want to check that out. I also have a review over there right now of a slightly newer game for a slightly newer Nintendo system. I've got Lego Marvel Superheroes for the Nintendo Wii U. That is also able to be viewed right now on ClassicGameRoom.com. So before you go off to your restaurants and your movie theaters for Valentine's Day, whatever it is you're doing, go to ClassicGameRoom.com, show your date these reviews, and say, you know what, honey? This is what I think of sometimes when we're... Actually, don't tell her that. And actually, why are you thinking of me and TJ when you're... Get out of here, weirdos. And actually, tomorrow, I've got more Lego. I've got the Lego Movie video game for the PS3, and TJ has a PS3 review as well. Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. That's tomorrow. 2 PS3 reviews from us over on ClassicGameRoom.com. But Sunday's the day I'm personally excited about because TJ and I each have reviews of 2 pretty interesting games. Interesting artistically, interesting in terms of their gameplay. 2 games that I'm actually quite fond of. TJ's gonna have a review of Psychonauts, and I'm gonna have a review of a GameCube game that's very near and dear to my heart called Alien Hominid. So Psychonauts, Alien Hominid, ClassicGameRoom.com on Sunday. Sunday is the big day. Be sure to check those reviews out. I wrote something nice for Alien Hominid, and as always, TJ's got some interesting things to say about Psychonauts. So Sunday, ClassicGameRoom.com. Definitely want to check those reviews out. And, as always, you guys have some fun questions for us today over at the forums, over at the Windsquid Pub, ClassicGameRoom.com. Let's check them out. Our first question for today comes from Steelborn. He wants to know, Derek, will you do a video with Mark's voice dubbed in? I don't fully understand that question. What, like, are you saying you want me to, like, prepare, like, write the review and have Mark read it so that he's reading my words? Or, like, do you want me and Mark to, like, physically switch voices? I don't understand the question. If you're asking for that, for Mark and I to switch voices, boy, I think the internet would explode. Because, you know, Mark and I have, not only do we have, like, the exact opposite taste in video games, we have, like, the exact opposite, like, voices. He's got this, like, you know, he's like Shatner. Welcome to Classic Game Room. This is Mark from Classic Game Room. You know, he's got that buttery radio voice. He's got that, like, you know, his delivery. Whereas I'm like, I hate this fucking game. This game sucks. My name's Derek from Classic Game Room. I'm just like an angry Mickey Mouse. Can you imagine if we switched voices? Mark would be like, welcome to Classic Game Room. This is Mark from Classic Game Room in the space. It would just be terrible. Everyone would hate it. Actually, it would kind of be awesome. I'm gonna look into some surgery options on that. I'll talk to Mark. We'll see what we can do. Second question comes from SonyFan0712. I'm sure he doesn't have any bias. He wants to know, Derek, will you review a PS4 or Xbox One game in the near future? Here's the thing on that. You know, one of these things in the world of video game criticism is that, you know, most people have a specific, in journalism it's called a beat, right? Like, this is your area that you cover. Hockey writers write about hockey, you know. Culinary writers write about food. I don't know who reads that stuff, but they do it, so I know someone's reading it. Anyway, my sort of beat has always been Nintendo stuff, so I you know, that's sort of what I cover. Not just, you know, people say, oh, you're a fanboy. It's actually just because that's what I'm most familiar with, and so that's your area of, hey, that's what I'm going to talk about. So that's my realm mostly, is the Nintendo stuff. And when it comes to the new consoles, Mark has that stuff pretty well covered. I mean, listen, eventually when the next generation, which is now the current generation, really picks up and a bunch of games come out, I'm sure I'll have, you know, PS4 and Xbox One reviews. You know, I'm sure Mark's gonna need help covering all those. But as for right now, he's got it covered. And personally, I don't want anyone to get mad, but like, I don't have any interest in those other two platforms. I have a lot of opinions and theories on, like, you know, where video games are headed, and the current two platforms, the two big ones, PS4 and Xbox One, really embody everything I hate about where video games are going. So I'm just personally not interested in reviewing any of the games right now. I'm sure eventually that'll change when there are actually games I want to play on it. But as for right now, probably not in the cards. When it comes to me, I'll stick to GameCube reviews and, you know, Wii U stuff. When it comes to Wii U stuff, I don't think there's anybody on the internet who's covering more Wii U stuff than I am, than we are over at Classic. I got, like, everything. Well, not everything, but I do a pretty good job. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today for questions. Not really, it's just I gotta get back to work. I got some reviews to finish up. Have a good weekend, guys. Have a happy Valentine's Day, sincerely. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. It's not really a holiday. It's sort of stupid. I hope you have a fun Friday anyway. And I'll talk to you Monday. And make sure you check out our reviews this weekend, especially on Sunday. Psychonauts and Alien Hominid. How cool is that? ClassicGameRoom.com. Freaking duct tape. Looks so ridiculous.